Good blessed Friday morning, November the 3rd, 2023. It's about 11:44 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like what I produce, put on YouTube or anything else, or I say or do. That's your prerogative. You have rights to the United States Constitution, such as the 1st, 14th, 5th, and so on. But what I want to tell y'all where I'm at now, I'm over here on Green Street and Commercial. Right across the street here where you see the exit sign. All of this here is the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Jail. Now, y'all remember when the Missouri State Highway Patrol was arresting 19 individuals. I mean, when they arrest them for something, I mean, I ain't got nothing against it. But you had the Mississippi County Sheriff, Brenton Farrow, in that truck right there. He was sitting out there, him and his captain, who's been convicted, Barry Morgan. The Illinois State Highway Patrol arrested him for a battery, steaming from a prisoner that he had, and official misconduct. But they let him get away with the now, I ain't saying the State Highway Patrol, but the courts in Vienna, Illinois, Johnson County, let him get away with the greater charge, official misconduct. But he's still working. But what I want to talk about now, what they're not putting it on the news in this same building here now. Barry Morgan, convict, that's still a captain and I believe the administrator of this place. Let's guess what happened with this administrator allowing happening here. And people that say I'm racist, I'm speaking up for a white female that was sexually assaulted in this place on October the 7th, 2023, just last month. I ain't seen it on KFVS 12 or none of these other places. But a jailer in here now, a jailer, y'all, took her out of her cell. Now, you have a person that's dispatcher or whatever that's in a bubble that can see everything that go on. They let them take this. They let this individual, it's a black individual that did it. So those y'all that said I'm racist, I'm speaking up for a white woman that Brent Farrow and them not talking about. They'll talk about when they arrest a bunch of blacks or something like that. They had their last jailer and his wife that worked it for him. They had them all in the newspaper, and they even fired them. But they haven't been convicted yet. They still going to court. But Barry Morgan pled guilty in Illinois, but he's still working, been promoted. But let me show you what the jailer did now. They ain't gonna tell you this here. The jailer took this female out of her cell. Now, when you're locked up in here, you trusting the jailers to take care of you, to protect you while you're in here. The jailer took her out of the cell, took her in the little conference room where the attorneys and clients be, and guess what he did? He made her give him oral sex. But she was smart. She was smart. She saved that semen that he put in her mouth. Brent Farrow and them ain't gonna tell you about this here. The semen that he put in her mouth, she saved it. The individual was arrested. The individual name is Martin D. Baker. And I don't care who don't like it. I don't care if you're black or white. When you misusing people inside of here, That go Brent Farrow truck. I wonder why he ain't out here. They seen me out here, so they went on in. But let me tell you another criminal that Brent Farrow got working here that he backs, that the Supreme Court said that this man can't be trusted. John Blakely was a police officer in Charleston, Missouri. In 2001, he lied on a report and got David Robertson life in prison. And about 18 years later, a appeals court talked about this guy, saying Blakely should never be trusted. But guess what they just did? The church that Brent Farrow go to in Robert Hearns, the chief of police, the Methodist, the big Methodist church, 1700 East Marshall Street, they just honored Blakely as being the officer of the year. Ain't that something? They got, there go another one of them, I think. Yeah, they know I'm out here on public grounds. It might be Brent Farrow there. I'm gonna see if he'll talk to me about this individual, what happened. Let me see if he'll talk to me. No, they ain't gonna talk. But let me tell y'all, is it safe in this place? How y'all doing? All right. Did y'all hear about the female being sexually assaulted by one of the jailers here on October the 7th, 2023? Oh, okay. What about you, sir? Huh? You hear what now? No, I didn't say you was involved. I'm just saying that y'all hear about one of the jailers. I haven't heard. No. Oh, you haven't heard? Okay. Ain't no problem. See, one thing about black folks, when they get up in these places like this here, they won't speak up. He said he don't know nothing about it. He ain't heard nothing about it. He don't care about it. You know why he don't care about it? As long as he getting paid money. But hopefully the federal government will come and shut this place down, the same with the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. Now, why ain't this man face all over the news, sexually assaulted a female just October the 7th, 2023? And then they honored, let me go down to the church where they honored this individual. Look at that. You see, they dodge it. They know the cameras is here, so they won't come in. You see the truck going down there? But let me go ahead, y'all, and go to the next place where they honored him at this church. Now, I can't even see the church allowing somebody that the Supreme Court in the Illinois State Police seen as criminals. But I guess they honor this guy that made this white woman give him oral sex too. But he got locked up. The Missouri State Highway Patrol arrested him. Let me go on to the next spot. Well, I came up here to video the church where Brent Farrow and the chief of police, Robert Hearns, go, two big criminals that let a lot of stuff go past. None of them don't like to file charges when people do stuff to me, but God gonna deal with it. But I just wanted to show y'all this truck. I guess it was making this turn over here. Y'all remember the Waffle House. This is what Robert Hearns and his Ku Klux Klan buddies be having their little meetings at, mentioning me sometime. But the church is the Methodist church. Yeah, they got a... But I just want to show y'all the church right here across the street. I guess he going to tell his buddy that I'm videoing. Watch him look over here. Watch him look over here. So he's going to tell his buddy I'm videoing. You know, some of them don't. some of them don't like me. You know, then you have some that, you know, they don't care. But I'm gonna go across the street here in a minute. This is the church here. This is the Methodist. This is the Methodist church right here. I don't know if you can see on the side. How you doing? Oh man, taking it one day at a time, man. Didn't nobody get hurt, did you? Yeah, this is the Methodist church right here. United Methodist Church. This is where they had the honoring John Blakely, somebody that got a man's life in prison. But you know, they don't care. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all the church. Then I'm gonna go back. Say peace be still.
Late summer of 2000, Sikeston police arrested convicted drug dealer David Robinson in the shooting death of Sheila Box. Robinson, found guilty the following year, has always maintained his innocence. Well, now this special judge's report to the Missouri Supreme Court agrees with him. And this isn't some kind of procedural error. The judge who wrote this says David Robinson is innocent. The two key witnesses at his trial lied, and the detective behind his arrest in this report simply cannot be believed.
I read this every day. I can tell you everything in there page for page.
For David Robinson, this 91-page report to the Missouri Supreme Court puts a megaphone to the words he's repeated over and over again.
I ain't no murderer. I ain't killed nobody. I didn't kill Sheila Box or nobody else, nor have I ever killed anyone.
The state's high court called on Jefferson County Judge Daryl Missy to review everything in Robinson's case and gather new testimony. His report starts and finishes with the same assertion that Robinson is innocent. The pages in between detail an investigation that relied on questionable witnesses and no physical evidence, led by Detective John Blakely, described in here as not competent and not credible.
After reading that, I felt like, wow, it's the same thing I've been saying for 17 and a half years. And it fell on deaf ears.
On the night of August 5th, 2000, Sheila Box was shot as she sat in her SUV near this intersection on Sikeston's west side. Police arrested Robinson and a second man that night. They were questioned, their clothes tested for blood or gunpowder residue, and then released. But Robinson tells me he believes the focus stayed on him.
It was more so that they wanted me more than they wanted anybody.
And why? Why do you think they wanted you?
Past history dealing with the police.
Just get you off the street.
Just get me off the street.
According to Judge Missy's report, the only witnesses who implicated David Robinson at his murder trial were Albert Baker and Jason Richardson. Richardson testified he shared a cell with Robinson and overheard him bragging about the murder. But 3 years later, Richardson told investigators that wasn't true, and evidence shows he and Robinson were never cellmates. Judge Missy called his trial testimony profoundly unbelievable. Albert Baker, a paid informant for Sikeston police, testified he saw Robinson shoot Box. But in 2017, Baker said he lied, saying, quote, "The detective said they would change my life." Baker got out of jail within hours of signing his statement against Robinson and received $2,500 in cash in the weeks after.
Yeah, I forgive him. I even forgive Blakely because as long as I held on to hate, I couldn't move forward.
Judge Missy has harsh words for Detective John Blakely, who took those statements from both Baker and Richardson. Missy says Blakely's testimony doesn't ring true, and the timing of Albert Baker's release from jail back in 2000 was no accident.
Blakely denied that he didn't have nothing to do with Albert Baker getting out of jail. That was a lie. The judge called it a lie.
The judge also called Blakely, quote, "the least credible witness to have testified before this court." What is credible, Judge Missy writes, are the numerous confessions given by this man, Romance Mosby. Several people testified that Mosby said he shot Sheila Box that night following a drug deal gone bad. Mosby hanged himself in prison in 2009.
I hate to see what happened. And do I believe the fact that he told other people that? Yeah.
But the judge also had some harsh words for Robinson, calling him his own worst enemy.
You know, at first I looked at the judge like, who you calling worse? But He right. Selling drugs, I was guilty for that. I mean, he said I spoke openly on it. I mean, I've been convicted of it before.
Will you leave here if they allow you to leave, a changed man?
I'm preparing myself now because I had walked out these doors 6 times for crimes that I was good for, but I always had in my head I didn't have no vision. I want to be going home, getting out, staying out, and be a better husband, a better brother, a better father, a better mentor, better son. Slicing is in the rear view. I can't go through this again. I wouldn't want to go through this again. I wouldn't want nobody to go through this again.
Behind, but that community faces the fallout from this special master's report. City Manager Jonathan Douglas says they take the allegations against one of their detectives very seriously.
Judge Missy made several strong statements about Detective Blakely. We reviewed all that information. We placed him on administrative leave, not disciplinary leave. In this case, we felt it was appropriate to get an outside independent agency to investigate that. We felt that would be the most credible investigation for the public. So we've asked the U.S. Attorney's Office to investigate that.
While that investigation continues, I also spoke with DPS Chief Mike Williams, who actually worked on the original Robinson case. Now, he couldn't talk about
2023. It's about 3:32 p.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you are the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. Doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. Doesn't matter whether you like me or anything I say, do, or nor produce. I still greet you with that same universal greetings. You have a first, 14th, and so many other amendments to the United States Constitution to think and see, do, and say as you please, as long as you do it in a legal manner. This young man here is a victim of Barry Morgan, Captain Barry Morgan from the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County Sheriff Department. This is one of the pictures of him before after Barry Morgan turned off the camera and put him in his truck. I'm going to show you another one right quick. My sources told RRR, Raymond Research and Recovery, the Underground Railroad, that Barry Morgan and a couple of other officers beat him up like this here. And I believe it when you see what the Illinois State Police arrested him for. One of their trucks from the Mississippi County Sheriff Department here in Charleston, Missouri, was stolen by a suspect that was in custody. Ain't that something to show you what type of individual he is? We know Barry Morgan is a certified, bona fide coward because when his co-worker, deputy, he might be a captain now, but Deputy David, let me see what his last name is. Well, Biscuit, we call him Biscuit. I got to remember his name. But when he was shot by a white drug dealer in Wyatt, Missouri, Barry Morgan and some of the other Sheriff Department personnel was there. They left him, David Watkins left him there for dead. He was able to shoot the suspect himself. That's the only way he survived. The Missouri Attorney General, the Missouri governor came down, or the Attorney General came down and honored Watkins for his being a hero. But this is what Barry Morgan doing. Then look what he did here in the black community on September the 3rd, 2023, on the black side of town during the Labor Day weekend. Look how he was threatened the black young people, freshmen, on the basketball court enjoying themselves, and you can see them with the mace shaking it up. And they said he told them if they don't get off that basketball court, he was going to mace they effing A. When you listen to the way he was talking to this guy, when him and the sheriff and one of the sergeants from the sheriff department here was allegedly saying that they was serving him a warrant, but we found out he didn't even have a warrant. But you see how he was tasing this guy even when he was down. But this was Barry Morgan is a time bomb in Charleston, Missouri, especially in the black community. The day that you see him on that basketball court and see Robert Hearns terrorizing the black people when they trying to celebrate the Labor Day weekend, Robert Hearns had his wife out there while he was allegedly on duty, unplugging these people's sound system speakers, and Barry Morgan had his girlfriend, who's a clerk for Robert Hearns at the Charleston, Missouri Police Department. She was convicted of DUI. Barry's convicted of battery on a suspect. But this is what, he's a time bomb running around on probation. If any of y'all see him or Robert Hearns or any of the crooked police or sheriff deputies doing something that you feel is violating your constitutional rights, let me know. Take a video, call me, and I will come on the scene free of charge. We know the NAACP is working hand in hand with these people. We know Lester Gillespie is because they let him get away. Did I show you both of them pictures? I want to show you again. This is in the detention center. When his visitors came, they took pictures. You see, but it's hard to get a crime put on police and people like Lester Gillespie because of the fact Susanna Wesley Learning Center is ran by all these people. Robert Hearns used to work for Susanna Wesley. The judge, Barb Barker, used to work for Susanna Wesley. Lester Gillespie, most of these black and white preachers, and the present prosecuting attorney, Clara Poley. These people are not only white supremacists. The blacks is black. The blacks is hooked up with the white supremacists, but they are a danger to the black community, let alone some of the white community that don't conform to what they want you to do. Peace be still.
Missouri Sheriff's Deputy.
Mississippi County Sheriff Britton Farrell says he stands by his captain, Barry Morgan, who faces charges of battery and official misconduct.
Here's a look at video from last September that shows Sheriff Farrell with Captain Morgan standing to his left. According to Illinois State Police, the State Appellate Prosecutor's Office out of Springfield filed the charges against Morgan. They come nearly 6 months after the arrest of a man who allegedly stole a Sheriff's Department truck and drove it from Charleston into Illinois before being stopped in Johnson County. All state police will say is that Morgan faces the 2 counts for actions relating to that man's arrest. Sheriff Farrell, meantime, tells me their internal investigation found Morgan did nothing wrong during that arrest. Farrell goes on to say that Morgan, quote, has served and is serving Mississippi County and our profession admirably. Farrell also says it's unfortunate investigators would rather charge a fellow officer than
Turn around and put your hands behind your back.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, careful. Hands behind your back.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
I'm down, motherfucker.
Hands behind your back. Turn around. Roll over
on your belly.
Roll over.
I'm gonna break your arm.
Roll over.
Roll over. Thank you. Come out there like that. Now we can talk to you. Stand up.
You've been served, motherfucker.
Stand up. Can I get my cigarettes? No.
How have I been served?
You really gonna come out here and give us attitude and then you want to smoke?
How have I been served?
See that passenger with it.
Right there. Been served.
From who? From who?
From us.
Ex parte, buddy. And you got a warrant, so you're coming with us.
Ain't got any warrants? No, I ain't got any warrants, man.
We're just telling you, you do.
You do have a warrant. Let's go. I'll transport them. That's fine. Come on.
Can I get my phone?
Nope. You don't need it. Let me unlock my door.
Yeah.
Come on. Jump on in.
I got you. I'm gonna secure his house. Make sure it's locked.
Now, all of this that you all done seen, you can see the danger in the threats here in Charleston, Missouri, seeing that the police chief, Robert Hearns, that been chief for almost probably close to 3 decades, we can't vote him in. You see what I'm saying? We can't vote the mayor in. The city council here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County and City Hall, the city council votes the mayor in, so we don't have no say-so. 5,947 people, we don't have any say-so who gonna be sheriff, who gonna be police chief, nor do we have any say-so who's gonna be the mayor. That need to change. Black and white people need to come together. That's not a part of the good old boy system. You seen what's been happening in the sheriff department. Blacks or whites is not safe up in there. You see Brent Farrell, he speaks up for a criminal, Barry Morgan, that the Illinois State Police charged him with 2 things. And Brent Farrell says that Brent Farrell says that his internal investigation seen Barry Morgan did nothing. But somebody that's higher than the sheriff department, which is the state police, they seen something. Then you see he kept him hired. Then you see him hired the detective John Blakely. You seen what the Supreme Court said about him. I'm gonna leave y'all with this here, but peace be still.